Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the new camo color correctors from e.l.f. These retail for $4 US, so very affordable, and you can find them in 5 different shades, 5 different color correcting shades. They have yellow, green, as well as blue, orange, and peach. Depending on what you're trying to correct, that is going to determine what shade you are going to grab. For any kind of discoloration, under eye darkness, hyperpigmentation, anything like that, you want to stick to either the peach or the orange, just based on your complexion. For canceling out any redness, you are going to grab the green, and for canceling out any dullness, you are going to grab the yellow. Now, the blue is thrown in there in case you have a concealer that is perhaps a bit too warm. If you're trying to turn it a little bit more cool, this is what you would reach for. Of course, you wouldn't grab as much. You'd take maybe just a tiny bit, and that is what is going to like cool it down a little bit. I tend to stick with very neutral shades. That works for my complexion. Sometimes I find that warm shades are just a little, they pull too yellow, and that is why I grabbed the blue corrector, because I do want to mix it into a couple of concealers that I have that I just think are a little too warm for me, to see if it'll help tone it down, and also to test it out, see what it does. Now, the formula in these is supposed to be hydrating, long-lasting, lightweight, and full coverage. It's infused with hyaluronic acid, and it's going to give us a satin finish, which is perfect for me. I don't want anything too dry to sit underneath my concealers, because I feel like that always creates a like very dry looking under eye area. So let's go ahead and swatch the 3 that I purchased. So we're going to start off with peach. This one is meant to color correct any kind of darkness, like I said, discoloration, dark spots, stuff like that. And peach is meant for light to medium skin tones. So that is peach right there. Next, we're doing orange, which is meant for the exact same thing that the peach is meant for, just for deep complexions. That one, that's full coverage right there. Both of them are really. And last but not least, we have the blue. Out of the 3, the blue seems to be the most sheer, which is fine, because this is, like I said, you mix it into your concealers to make them a bit cooler. So this is a close-up of the 3 that I have. And you see what I mean with the blue? You can see my skin right through it. Whereas with the other 2, you really can't. Let's test the blue. So this is pretty much the most yellow, the most warm tone concealer that I own. This is Rare Beauty in the shade 250W. So that's what it looks like on its own. You see, it's really yellow. So we're gonna mix in a tiny bit of the blue. All right, and you see how it toned it down like quick. So this is the original shade, and that is with the blue mixed in. And that's what it looks like up close. You can really see how warm the original shade is and how much more neutral it made it. All right, so let's keep going. For today, I am going to be testing this corrector out with 2 different concealers over top. I'm going to be applying my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, which I know not everybody loves, but personally, I absolutely love this concealer. I'm going to be using this one over here on the right, and I'm going to be using my Catrice One Drop Weightless Concealer over here on the left. Let's see what this does underneath the eyes. I'm just gonna apply it right here to the area that needs it the most. And I'm actually gonna be blending it out with a fluffy blending brush, just so that I'm not dragging the color corrector onto spots that don't really need it. Look at that. This is impressive. A very small amount made such a big difference. I mean, look at that versus that. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. Now you guys know over on my left side, the darkness does pull a little bit further out. So I applied just a tiny bit more over here for that reason. Let's go ahead and blend it out. All right, so there it is. Nice and color corrected. Let me bring you guys close to the under eye area because I feel like this looks really nice and light and natural. Obviously not natural, I mean, it's peach, but you know what I mean? Like just very, very nice and light. So let me zoom you guys in so that you can get an up close look. All right, so here it is with the color corrector on. Looks pretty lightweight to me, and it's color correcting really well. All right, let me apply foundation and I'll be right back. All right, foundation is on. Let's get to concealing. So far, I think it's pretty good, wouldn't you guys say? It looks pretty good. It's neutralizing. It looks nice and light underneath the eyes. Let's see what it does with this concealer. I'm just taking this with my expert concealer brush from Real Techniques. Just blending it out right here. All right, so one side is done and it looks really concealed, wouldn't you say? It looks really, really nice. Now let's do the other side, and for that I always mix camel beige with nude beige in this Catrice formula. I do 1 drop of each shade. I know I say it all the time, but I really wish they had a lot more shades because it's a pretty good formula and it is super inexpensive. But you know what? Sometimes I think this formula might be a little too yellow. So this would be a good time to add like the tiniest bit of the blue shade, like that. Now it's gonna mix together. Oh yeah, it toned it down. Nice. I like having that option, honestly, I really do. All right, so there is the left side. I always go back with my foundation brush and just kind of blend in between. And I am gonna set the under eye area. I usually do with these concealers anyway. So I'm setting with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. So there it is, both sides done. Both sides look exactly as they do on any normal day when I wear these concealers. So it's promising. It's definitely a promising color corrector. So let me jump off camera once more, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Makeup is done, ready to continue on with the day. It is noon. It is 11:59. So I'm gonna wear this all day long. I don't think I'll be able to do a midday check-in today, but it's okay because I'll come back by the end of the day to do an end of day check-in. So I'm going to try to wear this for a solid 8 hours and see whether or not it affects the way that my concealers look or wear. So far, so good. Okay, both under eye areas look completely concealed. They don't look heavy. They don't look dry. They look good. So anyway, I'll see you back here at the end of the day to see what the under eye area looks like after like 8 hours. I'm gonna give it 8 hours of wear. All right, I am finally back for my end of day check-in. It is currently 7:51, so I've had this on all day long, almost a solid 8 hours. Now, let me zoom you guys in before I talk to you about how I feel about this corrector, okay? Let's zoom in first. All right, so here's the under eye area. As a reminder, this is the Faux Filter Concealer side, and this is the Catrice 1 Drop Concealer. So that's the under eye area up close. It looks a little bit dry to me. However, coverage is still there. I don't feel like this made my concealers, move around or wear off or anything like that. It is a good $4 option, honestly. It really is. I love the amount of pigment that you get with this particular corrector. I have read comments in the past and even in more recent videos where, you guys are wondering, okay, Sarah, you're telling me that I need to have a peach corrector for my complexion, but my under eye area is so dark that a peach corrector just is not going to cut it. This one might actually be the winner for you because it is so pigmented. It is truly pretty full coverage all on its own. So you don't need to go with a deeper option that's perhaps going to bleed through your concealer and appear orange underneath your eyes. You could do this one. And this is, you know, the right tone, if you will, for your complexion. And you get a really good amount of neutralization underneath the eyes. So I really think that this is a win. It's definitely worth a try. I'm going to continue to use this with other concealers to see if perhaps I find a better match. The way that it wore today, not awful, but it looks a little bit too dry for my liking. So I do want to continue to use this with other concealers as well. Overall, I really like it. And I'm really happy that I purchased the blue one because you guys have no idea how many, now that I was like, after using it and, you know, turning the Rare Beauty one a little bit more neutral, I was like, you know what? I think I may have more than what I think as far as like shades. I may have more that just I'm not good with. And so now I am, because just a little bit of this will turn my extremely warm concealers into more like neutral concealers. So that's a really nice option. The price point is great. The pigment's great. I'd say give it a shot. Give it a shot for sure. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah! Bye.